Pilipinas, this is 7, and right now I'm at the spot where all gamers wish they were, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. E3, baby! Yeah! The Electronic Entertainment Expo started in May of 1995 in Los Angeles, California. This year, the Los Angeles Convention Center housed the annual expo in its west and south halls. This event gives gamers a sneak peek at upcoming video games, peripherals, and other new gaming technology. So of course it's gonna be packed with stunning booths and practically anything else to prove that their new gaming products are worth buying. The event is so big that even celebrities like Vern Troyer, also known as Mini-Me, dropped by to check it out. Motion detection will no longer belong to one console anymore. Sony showed off a wand-like motion controller that works in junction with the PlayStation Eye camera. The motion setup can also be used with a second wand for two-handed controls. The nameless motion controller for the PS3 is said to be launched in 2010. Microsoft's answer to the motion battle is called Project Natal. No controller is needed for this concept, nor do you have to physically turn off the system, because your voice command will take care of that, and a whole lot more. So for fight scenes in a game, you have to be in front of the TV screen and motion bar for the game character to mimic your every movement. Natal is also scheduled to launch next year. Of course, Nintendo does not want the other two to take over the motion world, so the Wii Wand will have a new add-on, the Wii Motion Plus. So when you're playing a golf game, you can now move your wrist or whole body 5 degrees right, and the game will allow you to hit the golf ball at that angle. Here, I'll show you. I must say, it feels pretty cool. Wii Motion Plus is already available. Here's something that plans to bring motion detection to all consoles.
We started off on Xbox 360 when they were doing the motion controller, and as it's come forward, it's now gone on to Wii, and we're looking at doing PlayStation 3 as well, hopefully with their new controller as well.
Amongst the whole motion commotion, Nintendo previewed the Wii's not now but sometime in the future Vitality sensor. It also will be attached to the Wiimote. How is it going to be used in games? Not quite sure yet, but the idea is to check stress levels and make you relax. Sony also previewed the PS3 Slim. Kinda disappointed because it was not on the show floor. I felt the same way about the nameless motion controller and Project Natal. But anyways, the PS3 Slim, as the name states, is a slimmer version of the PS3. The newer version of the PSP or PlayStation Portable was on the show floor. So of course, I, yours truly, had to try it out.
We have 16 gigs of hard drive built into the PSP Go system. It has a really sleek slide-out design. It has Bluetooth capabilities. It also takes a memory stick micro versus a Duo that was on the 3000. So again, if you need more space outside of the 16 gigs, you can increase it.
Cool, so no more need for UMDs. But what about gamers who already own a PSP? How will they be able to still play their already owned, paid-for UMD games on the new PSP Go?
Essentially, we're going to offer a solution for those consumers. We don't have details to share at this point, but closer to the 10/1 PSP launch, we'll definitely have that plan in place. We don't want to leave our consumer base behind, so we'll definitely have an option for that.
For PCs, this glove is what's new.
This is the Peregrine. It's a touch-sensitive glove that you wear, obviously. And as you touch the tips of your fingers and along the body of your finger with your thumb, you can activate a different command or hotkey on the computer. It uses standard USB keyboard drivers, so it actually works with every game and also applications such as Photoshop.
Peripherals for music games just stepped up a big notch. This is almost a guitar, but not. The gadget can be hooked up to all consoles, a computer, and even an amp. Yup, you can make music with this. That is DJ Hero. With that peripheral, you feel like a real disc jockey, scratching and crossfading. The green button on the left is for track 1. The blue button on the right is for track 2. And the red button in the middle is for the samples. The crossfader is located on the bottom left. All the way to the left, you only hear track 1. All the way to the right, you hear track 2. Put it in the middle, you're listening to a mix of the 2 tracks. I totally cannot wait for this one to come out. Another eye-catcher is the new addition to Tony Hawk Ride, a skateboard peripheral. Finally!
First time that the skateboarding game that uses a board peripheral, so you can stand on the board, use your entire body to control the game, and it just, it really brings real skating, home as a whole new experience.
I've always wanted to learn how to skateboard, but never had the board or teacher. But no worries, because this game is fulfilling my need at this very moment.
Wow, this is another first for me to cover, and I'm telling you guys, it is amazing to be here. Makes you think, what are they going to come up with next year? From Los Angeles, California, this is 7.